Okay. Mm. Hi, welcome to my channel, Takoyaki Tarot. Today is July 20th, 2023. So July 20th, 2023, Thursday. The weekend is almost upon us. Friday is tomorrow. So that's exciting because like the week is is practically over, right? Um, Hold on, give me a second. So I'm just gonna pull cards. I'm not gonna really talk about anything else, really. So before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you, gives you clarity, great. If it doesn't, then don't force it to be your story, right? Now aside from that, let's see. Yeah, let's just get into it, I guess. All right, that's better. The worker, somebody's working hard. Could be you. You could be working hard towards, your happiness, your goals. Someone else is working too. Everybody's working, but everybody's working towards different goals. Like you're working towards your happiness, and somebody's working towards making sure you don't get to your happiness. All right, let me just pull cards. Anyways, I just saw the worker again. Alright, I guess nothing's coming out there. I guess that's all I needed to say really for right now. Just the worker. Okay. Haunted. So I didn't pull any cards yet, but I kept seeing the worker, and now I'm seeing haunted in this deck. So this is practically like a repeated message. Somebody's working to make sure you don't attain happiness, and the more they do that, the more they get haunted. Simple as that. That's it. Alright, let's see what else comes out. I mean, like, nothing really came out yet, so that was just, I guess that's just something that needed to be said. Alright, collective. So let's just move on. I haven't even, like, pulled cards yet, so. Spider, wow, yeah. Yeah, somebody's trying to get you caught up in some sort of trap or something. And the more they do that, the more they continuously get haunted. Like, they're being haunted out the butt. Alright, maybe I shouldn't use that term, but it's usually, like, out the ass, but okay, whatever. They're being haunted, like, really bad. Okay? Spider, what a wild web we weave, dear child, a delicious mystery untamed. What a wild web we weave, dear child, a delicious mystery untamed. Yeah, somebody thinks they're clever too. That's the thing. They think they're really clever and weaving whatever web this is. But I think what they don't see is that as they're weaving this web, the bigger it gets, the easier it is for them to get stuck into it, right? The web has nothing to do with you. They're creating a web of like obstacles, deceit, lies, illusions. All of it, the goal of this web is just to distract you from your happiness, to trap you so you don't attain your happiness, right? It's to trap you so you don't attain your happiness. But it's interesting because the more they're just building okay, so you know how a spider's thread, you're like walking outside and then out of nowhere you get like hit by, like, you walk into a web and you can feel the thread everywhere around you and you're trying to pick it off. It's like this is what's happening to this person. The more thread that they put out there, the more that they try to weave a web, the bigger it gets, the more it's clinging onto them. It's getting stuck. They're getting haunted. And it's not anywhere near you. Like, if, for example, like, this is like that dream I had, like, I don't know, like months ago. I talked about it in my videos a couple times, where I had a dream where I was walking and a spider had like dropped down in front of my face and was trying to weave a web, but I kind of just like move. Like, I was just like, eh. Like, I just like pushed it to the side and just kept walking towards like another room that had a light glow, right? So I just pushed it to the side and kept walking. So it's like this person keeps trying to build these webs in front of you, hoping that you would walk into them, and you kind of just like take a different path. Hold on 1 second. And you just keep taking a different path, or you just cross the street, or you just, I don't know, you notice it, you see it, right? And it's so funny because it's just getting, I mean, they're the only ones that's like, I feel like sometimes they forget. Hold on. So I feel like sometimes they forget about the no way. Hold on. Anyways, for like the third time. No, leave that. No. Alright, what was I saying for like the third time? I feel like sometimes they forget. Because it says a delicious mystery untamed, right? Basically, they forget what they're weaving at times. Like, for example, if this is like a liar, right? They'll just be lie. And then sometimes they so, oh my god. Alright, okay, so let's try this again. So, for like the 5th time, they forget about, so if this person is a liar, right? They'll lie, and then by like their 10th lie, they forgot about their first 2 lies. It's like they're losing, it's out of control, okay? It's gotten to the point where everything that they're doing is out of control. This web of theirs, it's gotten so big that they're falling into their own trap. A delicious mystery untamed. It's gotten to the point, it's kind of like that saying that, like, you know how Frankenstein, or not Dr. Frankenstein, well, hold on. It's like it is Dr. Frankenstein. I'm trying to rush through this now, because of all the distractions I'm having in my background. So, if anybody's not familiar with Dr. Frankenstein, basically he, created this really grotesque monster, right? He created life, but it got to the point where he couldn't even control the quote monster that he created. It's like this person, whoever this person is, they've created such a web, whether it's a web of lies, deceit, manipulation, whatever it is, they've created such a web that it's become uncontrollable for even them. Like, they don't know which lie to nurse, because I feel like a lot of this web has to do with lies. And it's gotten to the point where they don't even know which lie to go back to and fix, or to like strengthen, or to like if they said like, oh, the collective likes to eat potatoes, right? Which is a lie, and the collective actually doesn't like potatoes. They don't even know how to go back and like make sure that lie sticks, right? They've said so many lies, they don't even know which ones to go back to make sure that they stick, to make sure that they, I don't know, get fixed or stick. I don't know. It's whatever they've been doing, it's become uncontrollable even for them. They don't know how to maintain this. They don't know how to manage this. It's too big. It's too big for them. It's out of control. It's out of their hands. And on top of that, whatever they have been doing All the lies, manipulation, deceit, it's like created a life of its own. Like Dr. Frankenstein. He created a life of its own. So, I mean, also in the end of the novel, Dr. Frankenstein, spoiler, that the monster ends up finding love, but that's not the point that I want to talk about. Although, that could be what this person is trying to prevent you from. Although, and then on top of that, we have the sex card on top. So, that's separate though. So, yeah. Um, this person, they're trapped in their own web. It's they don't know how to maintain it. It's too big for them. And no matter how many times they try to, I think also too what's going on is that when they weave a web and try to get you trapped into it, it doesn't work, right? So instead, they just either they make another one, they make another one, they make another one. The problem is that it's all like the same web. It's all coming from them, so it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? It's like manifesting and like churning on them. All their lies, the manipulations, the deceits. It's like gotten a life of its own, and they're being haunted by their own mess. That's the thing. That's why the haunted card came out into my head. They were working so hard to maintain. Um, this is what happened. Whoever this person is, they were working so hard to make sure that you would never attain happiness. But what they were also actually doing, unbeknownst to them, is as they were working towards that, they were also working towards their own misery. Because that energy has to go somewhere, right? It's like that energy is not going to go to waste. That energy is going to be created by their own intentions. It's like evil spirits are created from manifestations of like humans, all right? Something like that. Not to get too deep into that, but it's like the more they try to throw this at you, it just stuck to them even more. And it's so funny because in a way, they were actually working towards their own demise. You poor, pitiful, unfortunate soul. Who sings that? Ursula from The Little Mermaid? Poor, unfortunate souls. This is who this is. This is a poor, unfortunate soul. So it's like they made a deal to make sure you would not get your happiness, but instead that deal actually just bit them in the butt instead. That's why that phrase kept coming up. Yeah, that phrase just bit them in the behind instead. It's like they thought they were working towards your demise, but they were actually working towards their own demise. It's the whispers at night. Yeah, they're definitely being haunted. They've created something that they can't control this now. It's uncontrollable. It's too big. That's what I keep hearing. It's too big for them to maintain. Whatever lies, manipulation, deceit. It's like they created some sort of web. It's like a web of something. I don't know what, but there's so many parts to this web, right? And they what this person kept doing, they just kept adding on and adding on and adding on and adding on, and then it's like they just took a step back and they're just like overwhelmed, and now they're just like in the fetal position with their hands on their head because they don't know what to do about this web that they've created, and now they're being haunted. It's like this web is pulsing. It's taken a life of its own because of all the energy that they put into this web, all the the negativity, the maliciousness, the envy, the hatred, the jealousy, all of it. It's like they've given this web life. They can't control it. A delicious mystery untamed, and they don't even know what the heck is going on. They've created something that they don't know. Like they just don't know. All right, I can't stress it enough. They just don't know. They just don't know. Toxic relationships or relationship. Actually, It's there's no S on this, but this person definitely dabbles in plural toxic relationships. It's like they're a lot of their this web has to do with this their foundation of toxic relationships. So I think this reading is gonna be super short. All right, Aquarius, 11th house. So oh my gosh, okay, toxic relationship, and then the 11th house is also about friendships, large groups, community. Yeah, so this is how they are. They build this web that they have built so they could have been lying to their friends, the community, to a large group of people that's close to them or that they felt like that this web would work with, right? So they were just lying left and right to the whole world. And now they've got themselves trapped in this web and they're just like, I just don't know. I just don't know. Right? It's like they just don't know how to maintain what they've created because it's overwhelming. It's too big. It's too big. It's breathing life. Yeah, 11th house, friendships, community, large groups, self-realizations. This person is realizing like, oh my gosh, what did I do? Oh my gosh, I just don't know. I don't know. They're realizing they don't. It's like, how do I fix this? I just don't know how to fix this. They're realizing that they just really messed up. It's not as deep. That self-realization is not as deep for them, but they're realizing that, oh my gosh, I just did something I probably can't come back from. What did I do? I mean, that's as deep as it goes for them in this situation. Because right now, they can't focus on anything else other than this web that they have created. All right? Yeah, this is going to be a super short reading. I barely got any cards out either. So. This has nothing to do with you. You don't have to worry because we have 2-2 alignment. You are in the right place and time. I feel like collective, you are on the outside of this web, of course, because I keep saying that every time this person tried to build a web, you kind of just took a different path, or you crossed the street, or you just went down this way. Like, remember, I told you in the dream I had, a spider had dropped down in front of my face and was trying to build a web, but I kind of just like, right? Like if it was like a fly, it was just like that. Like it really wasn't a big deal. I was just like, all right, move, and I just swatted it, and I just kept walking towards the light. You're outside of this web. This person, they are in the web. They've trapped themselves in their own web. You're where you're supposed to be. You don't have to feel bad. Hold on. All right, she's fine. 2-2 alignment. Yeah, you're outside of this web. It doesn't matter how big this web is. I don't like. It's just impossible for you to fall into this web. Okay, sorry about that. This is gonna be a short reading. So, has anybody, if you've seen the movie Coraline, by the way, the book is not exactly like the movie. They added a couple characters and they've changed a couple things, but that's okay because the movie's still pretty good, right? They're both good. I feel like the movie's just a different rendition of it. However, I was going to say that in the movie Coraline, the other mother, she's actually a spider, right? That's like one of her forms of the beldam. And the one room, I don't know if it's like the foyer or like a living room, whatever. It's towards the end of the movie, but spoilers alert, right? Whatever. But that room is actually like a trap. It's like a web. But also what happens when the illusion lifts from the room, you can see the web, and the web kind of like gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, right? But Coraline is able to crawl up the web and get out of it. I feel like this is what whoever is taking, I feel like they're not taking the form of a spider. They were trying to act like they were a spider. Like, yeah, what? This is the problem. This is exactly what they were trying to do. And they were messing with things that they had no idea what they were messing with, only because they wanted like that power. Like they wanted to be like, I don't know, sensual, um attractive, um alluring. They wanted to be like a spider. And it's so crazy because they're not even like, they're way like, it's like they were messing with powers that like they really had no idea what they were doing, and now they created a web that's way too big for them. They don't know how to maintain it. It's overwhelming them. They're being haunted. Anyways, so this web that they were trying to put you in, it never, like, I don't know, like it never got to you, never stuck to you. It was never even to a point where you were in the web and you had to crawl out of it. Like this, the web was created, and I don't know. You're outside of the web. You've always been outside of this web. This could be an Aquarius as well. Hold on. So this could be a feminine Aquarius or a masculine Aquarius. Just maximum take one. I am curious though, and I usually don't really care about certain details because I already know the details, but there is something I'm curious about this particular reading. Someone's like nervous. I'm trying to shuffle these. I want to see something. Wolf in sheep clothing. This could have been a friend of yours. Someone that was like smiling in your face, and the entire time they were trying to get you trapped in a web that they created. This could have been a friend of yours with the Aquarius 11th house being here, talking about friendships, community, large groups. This is somebody that you could have hung out with all the time. Somebody in your community, somebody who was a friend of yours, somebody who was close enough to feel like they could do this to you. Here, take this one. Make it even. This is somebody who relies on toxic relationships for whatever reason. I'm not going to get into that because right now I don't really care, because that says enough about them. But this is somebody who relies on toxic relationship, a wolf in sheep's clothing. So this is somebody who smiles in your face, and like the minute that they were able to, they would like attack you. And that's what they were doing. It's the whispers at night. And they're being haunted at night too. So they could have been doing these things at night. Trying to build a web, trying to create an illusion to draw you into this web. Got the letter C, but it fell over here. Oh, control, yeah. So we have the letter C. Could be somebody's first, last, middle, initial, name of a word or a place, but it's coming out as control. You have taken control of, I don't know, your destiny. You've taken control of your destiny, your life, your mind, everything. You control everything. You're in alignment. You have control, and you're aligned within yourself. That's like the biggest reason why this is not. It's like it got to the point where after what they were doing wasn't working anymore, and it just became like a non-factor in your life and your environment, like this person was still doing this even though it was like nothing to you. They were still doing this, and now it's like I feel like they regret continuing this web because this is nothing to you. It's like you don't even, you're just going on about your day, living your life, and this person's like over here in a fetal position, like overwhelmed by this massive web that has it's breathing. It's breathing. It's created its own. It's like it's alive. I don't know. I'm laughing because it's just like they really thought that they were doing something. They tried it and they failed, and now they're like, "What do I do? I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know." You are aligning on the bottom. He/she wants to set you up. Watch out. And then you are aligning. It says so. We have you are aligning. 222 alignment. Wolf in sheep's clothing. He/she wants to set you up. Watch out. Yeah, this person's mentally unstable. Pluto's warning. If your goals become selfish, I will aid those who will band together to pull you down. As far as your purely material goals are concerned, it will be as if you are powerless. Yeah. First of all, it's so funny to me because this person thought they were something when in reality they had no powers to even be dabbling in something like this. So it's like they were just mixing things together and canting whatever they printed off the internet, and now it's like they didn't know what they were creating. They just had an idea in mind because what they were actually putting work into was something completely different. So it's like if they were building the downfall of your demise, they were actually building up a monster that's just gonna swallow them whole. All right, that's the reading. Bye.